Alright guys, so this is my final. Today we're doing butternut squash with feta and pistachios. So to start things off, we got a high heat to roast vegetables. Um, the reason why we use high heat is because we want the vegetables to caramelize and become nice and soft, because this is going to be a hard vegetable, a fibrous vegetable. So we want this to roast for a long time at a high heat. So I don't have a rimmed baking sheet. I have one of these lightweight ones, so I'm expecting a little warping, but you do want a nice heavy-duty rim baking sheet so it doesn't warp and slide and burn the vegetables. We'll see how these turn out. I haven't had a problem with this pan yet, but just to give you an update on that, I did skip the cutting process. You want to use a nice heavy-duty chef's knife, a very sharp knife. So this will make it to where you don't cut yourself most of the time, and prevent all that stuff. Nice and smooth gliding with the knife. So what I did is I tossed these to save time. I went ahead and cut these, and go ahead and get these vegetables going. And I'll show you how these look. So they're cut about ½ inch. And this is to make sure that they cook evenly, and they'll cook, and they won't be too hard coming out of the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this oven to preheat, and then I'm going to put it in, and then I will make the feta and pistachio mix, and then I'll show you all that, and then I'll show you the final product. Alright, so the oven is preheated. I'm going to slide these in bottom rack. It's going to roast for about 30 minutes. Way too high. Okay, so the squash is roasting, and all I'm going to do now is just turn this I'm going to let this roast for another 10 minutes, or 6 to 10 minutes, and then I will flip them and then roast for another 10 to 15, and then they should be finished. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this out, just flip these, with a metal spatula, and basically just turn them over, making sure that we cook both sides evenly. Just going to toss this. Got a nice little brown crisp at the on that side. You gotta do the other side too. Okay. Flatten this out. Put this back in for another 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, so this is finished. What we're going to do is we're going to take it out, and we are going to dress it up a little bit and then serve it. So what I have here is a little of a drizzle that I made, and all this is a tablespoon of olive oil, a ½ a teaspoon of honey, a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice, and this recipe called for tahini, which is a sesame oil kind of like a sesame oil butter, but what we found is that a substitute could also be almond butter. So we used almond butter. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drizzle this on to our butternut squash. Looks really good. Get all that good flavors in there. And then we're going to top it off with our feta cheese and pistachio mix. So all this is a fourth of a cup of pistachios, a fourth of a cup, oh, it's chopped and toasted, a fourth of a cup of feta cheese, and about a tablespoon of mint. So this is the final product, butternut squash with feta and pistachios. One big thing I wanted to mention was the health benefits. So as I was researching these, I noticed that a lot of the vegetables were high in vitamin B, and this is actually very important because vitamin B helps many of the functions of the body by providing energy, keeping the cells healthy, promoting good vision, helping with brain functioning, and even helps with digestion. These are just a few of the things that vitamin B does for the body. There's a lot more, but that's just to name a couple of the important ones to me. So overall, this dish is a very healthy way to enjoy vegetables, get a lot of flavor out of your dish, and feel good about eating it. So I hope you enjoyed everything, and thank you. I hope you enjoy this dish.